Hello everyone, it's me, Håvard Lars Larsen. How's it going? Okay, as usual, I got a lot to say and not a whole lot of time, so let's get started. Basically, my project is called Dungeons & Dragons Shadows in the Moonlight. I'm using the Aurora engine, which is made by BioWare in 2002, and it's for a game called Neverwinter Nights, which is the successor to Baldur's Gate, and that's an old role-playing game. The project I'm making is basically Lord of the Rings meets Hangover the movie. Now, I did start by thinking a little bit about how the fictional world works, and then I designed a map based on these ideas. I wanted there to be a story about an emperor in a big city, and the player takes on the role as guard captain. And you have to think about how people view you. However, it's not easy because some events out of your control does paint you in negative light, and it's up to you to rise above it. Or maybe you don't care, or maybe you can't. Furthermore, you also need to protect the city, but more on this story later. In my previous presentation, I said I would work on a map that looks like this. The city is big, but I don't want to create a whole city. I just prefer to build small areas within the city where the action takes place. Apparently that's a very common practice in modern games like Dragon Age and Dragon Age 3. There you travel to capital cities of Denerim and Orlais, and you don't visit every part, you just visit the important parts. At any rate, instead of creating 6 areas like I said I would in my first presentation, I got stuck at just creating 2 big areas. The idea is that I would have the player run around into all districts and collect a piece of a plot device until he had all the pieces to make a powerful, complete MacGuffin. However, I realized I'd rather do a few areas well than spread myself too thin. So in my prototype now, we only have 2 districts you need to travel to. Anyway, I could talk surface details and theory, but I could also talk in practical terms. So I think I will show gameplay and you guys can have a look. Hello everyone. Today we're gonna be playing Dungeons & Dragons Shadows in the Moonlight, which is my map prototype. And for this, let's just go ahead and create a new character so you guys can get a better feel for what kind of game this is. So first we have gender, male, female. I'm gonna go male. We have human, elf, dwarf, halfling, gnome, half-elf, and half-orc, which are the playable races. I'm just gonna go with human. Portraits. Let's just go with this one. And then we have different classes, from barbarian to bard to cleric, druid, fighter, and all the way down to wizard. And then you have some other cool stuff down here, but yeah. Let's just go with fighter. And we're gonna be a more neutral kind of guy, I think. So, yeah, I'm just gonna let the machine do it for me. Yeah, those are good fighter stats. Yeah, default fighter, that's us. Let's see.
Get on them! Attack, I say!
Okay, so our name is Pard. Yeah.
Strike at them! Attack!
Yeah, that's the voice I like best, so let's just go with that one. Okay, so now the map is actually starting, and as we see, we have 2 things going on here. We have a door in front of us, and we also have a glowing guy. Now, the idea is that people are supposed to press the glowing guy, because he is a dev commentary person. You can talk to him for information. Like, he will... See there, he gives us an introduction. Hello and welcome to the module by Håvard Larsen. And you can say, I understand, and okay, and yeah. So what he will eventually tell us is that your character is coming in here after a long day, and he just wants to unwind. And there are supposed to be a bunch of people in here, and based on who you talk to and what you do in here will influence the rest of the game. You will at one point pass out whether you're drinking or not, so yeah, that's a thing. Unfortunately, it's disabled here, so I'm just focusing on the layout more than anything else. So yeah, I only have one set outcome for this, so let's just go. Oh, well, okay. Oh, hello. Right. Okay. Well, the less questions I ask, the better, probably. So. Okay, the door is locked. So, I guess I'll talk to the person then. You awaken next to an unimpressed half-orc who greets you. Morning, Pard. And then you have some options here. You can try and use persuasion and try to play it cool, or you can wonder what happened last night. Or you can take option 3, which was a popular decision for playtesters, and that was to scream internally. And then she will laugh a little bit, and you guys will have a little banter, and then you decide that you want to leave. And then she says, suit yourself, but the lock on the door got busted last night, so you might have to use one of the weapons on the rack to open it. Thank you. I suppose you could also use the lockpick near the shackles if you're roguish enough. Feel free to stop by again. Okay. Well, I'm not a rogue, I'm a fighter, so let's just check out these racks. Yeah, we're gonna go greatsword. Oh, and there are my clothes. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Why is that guy there?
Hey,
Yeah, he just tells us that you paid me to watch. And then you go, of course I did. I'll be going. You can leave, but the memories won't. Ominous. Anyway, yep. So this is what you do with locked doors. You just bash them open.
Let the earth. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's a little introduction. The other doors here, they are locked. So, and no, we don't have time to bash all of them down. So, and there's another developer commentary guy. He just points out that this is not the same inn that we started in, and yeah, there are things to explore, but we need to get going. So yeah, the open world. What do we do here? Well, there's a guy standing by the trees there. His name is Brother Dustin, and what you might not know about priests in this game is that they can cure diseases. So both playtesters I had, they immediately saw this guy and went, "Thank God!"
Hey there.
And they just ran up to him. And Brother Dustin points out that you look a little bit shook up, so maybe he can offer you a blessing. And some people says, yeah, probably a good idea. So he does so, and now your stats should be restored. Not that there was anything wrong to begin with, but I just want people to psychologically feel better, so... So yeah, I did put some people in here instead of boxes saying I am people, but they don't really say anything. Hello, kid. Yeah. There are some who say some things. Because right now we're just gonna explore a little bit, and I just wanted to give people a small reward for just exploring things, even if it's just kind of emotional. Like this guy, he might say something to. He comments that everyone is nicer in this district than in the poorer district, and if people walk behind this wizard tower, I just wanted to say, yeah, I saw you went back behind this tower, even though you didn't have to do that. So, yeah. But both playtesters actually did the other thing. They went and talked to this guy, who will challenge them to a fight. Though fighting is disabled in this map. But it would have been a good way to get some experience and money. But most people just kind of stumbled along this path, which is actually the correct path to just carry on with the story. The other was just kind of rewards for exploration. So yeah, here's the castle. Oh yeah, the priest and some of the people will recognize that you are indeed the captain of the guards, which is why you can just kind of walk in here. There are supposed to be a lot of guards here welcoming you and patrolling the walls and those kind of things. So yeah, I obviously didn't put that in. Yeah, the area is pretty big, but we don't have time to do all of that. What I can say is that I did put in like ballistas and which are bow turrets, and like these little spiky walls. And the reason is that if this place ever becomes attacked, they can easily put out these small defenses and yeah, be secure. So if later something should happen to this place, things don't randomly spawn out of nowhere. Yeah. So, anyway, you walk in here, and this is where the Emperor lives. And, okay, sorry for cutting this short, but we're almost out of time. So I will just say that this ends up with a dragon invading the city, and he spawns these oxmen everywhere, and you need to fight your way to the wizard tower and grab the MacGuffin, which lets you defeat the dragon on the roof. And now we're caught up. Sorry. And he also had a castle roof key, so we can go back. Now, logically, the Emperor should have the castle roof key, but I thought this was like a neat little way to get the key instead of me programming way more. So. Okay, so we run up here. And yeah, here he is. So after we defeat this guy, we completed the game, and just imagine that we get like a cutscene showing all our choices and those kind of things with, yeah, and there's naturally Final Fantasy 15 graphics and all that stuff. So, Yeah, we did it, Reddit. All right. Now, thanks for watching and take care. Oh, and one last thing. I apologize for the abrupt ending. Again, time issues. Sorry.